guess when I was first told, I was a little bit surprised because I guess the work that I do has an implication for security, but it's not security specific. So I'm not the kind of person who looks at target hardening, for example, but perhaps the impact of target hardening, or how target hardening in terms of it being part of a broader approach to the prevention of counterterrorism in terms of it being a deterrent. We can start looking at security from the different angles and from the different approaches and the different lenses of what security actually is. In terms of, first of all, personal security, what does it mean to feel personally secure? How do people achieve personal security? Do they do it through behavioural changes, for example, protective behaviours or avoidance behaviours, protecting themselves from a particular thing or avoiding doing a specific or particular activity, particularly now with a heightened awareness of security since 9/11 and a heightened awareness of threats to personal security, national security and international security. So I think one of the things that we can start doing when we're looking at security, and when we're for those who teach security, for example, for those who are studying security, but even just out of general interest, is let's start looking at security from its different perspectives. From a very broad kind of perspective, go to the prevention of violence through building a society where the fabric of that society is much more valued. So all kinds of industries have a role to play, and for a lot of the time that I worked in the area and worked in the counterterrorism space, I was trying to advocate for more private-public partnerships. I think we also need to recognise our limitations as well, and I think primarily in terms of addressing the manipulation of fear. It's not so much the fear itself, but the manipulation of fear for political gain. Then that needs to come from our highest levels, that needs to come from our leaders. That has to be a strong message that comes from the very top. The security industry, particularly private security industry, does tend to attract a lot of people from ethnic or culturally diverse backgrounds. And there's a reason for that. And one of those reasons is that there is a huge respect for authority and for security among people from those backgrounds. And those positive stories just never shine through. I think one thing that the industry can do is really promote those stories. It was a big surprise, but an absolute honour to be recognised by such an important industry, particularly in this day and age, and to be recognised, to have the work that I've done recognised for its implications for security. It's really special.